Okay, my name is Daphne and I run a skate shop in South London called Brixton's Baddest, and today we're very honoured to present Katsuya Nonaka's film Futurist Primitive at House of Vans.
And then this year, it got in Olympics officially, and it happened to be like Tokyo, Tokyo Olympics.
It's about mainly the skateboarding and the, how do you pronounce it? The Shakuhachi, the instrument. I never realized, but in the bigger vision of it, it's to do with the expression of something, and it all comes from wood, and it boils down to a seed, and what we can get from nature and how we use things as an instrument to express ourselves. So I thought there was a hidden wisdom into it, but you had to go dig deep and understand that. But why is skateboarding in the Olympics? I don't know. It makes me question a lot of things. Like what's the purpose for it? What's the intent for it? If it's to be corporate or something, or if it's natural, if it feels natural. Everything can get lost in translation these days.
We have the shop for about a year, and it's the only shop in South London that's a core skate shop. Our local skate park is very close to here, Stockwell Skate Park, and also we're getting very involved with how the skate park is developing with Friends of Stockwell Skate Park, because there is a big development happening on the back, and there is a big fear that the skate park might not exist there soon.
Yeah. Basically what's happening with developments is like Brixton is an upcoming area, so there's a lot of like different stuff that's going on with the infrastructure, so they're rebuilding it and basically taking out the people who lived here before and bringing out new people, because with redevelopment and private sector, the people who lived there before can't pay the rents that are there now, because the rents are too high for the people that lived there before. So you get all of these new people that are coming in, and they're sort of social cleansing basically within Brixton, and with a lot of areas it's happening in London.
So this is the green area next to Stockwell Skate Park, and it used to be a green area till about a month ago, and that's where the new 1 and 2 luxury bedroom flats are going to be built. And basically this green area was meant to be part of the skate park, but now they've decided to build out there, and the council has gifted it to the developers. In the summer, a lot of people that they don't skate but they enjoy the vibe of the skate park, they come and they chill in the green area, and there are no green areas like that around here for a really big distance. So it's kind of a shame that this is going to be covered with a 12-story building in a place that there are no tall buildings around, and we're going to miss all the sky. Because the sun goes down that way, so obviously it's going to be shadow in the skate park, like after 5, in the winter after 12. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't know much about shakuhachi, but I knew a little bit of the sounds, and I thought, wow, that would be amazing if we could. A cello sound would be good to combine, and then I thought, ute, having also Clive and Ken, I think the concert was really good. The sound of the space, the acoustics of the space are really good, and I think we created a really nice atmosphere with your music. I think people really enjoyed it. I think people had it was a really close experience with the musicians and the audience. So I'm really pleased that happened. So, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, really interesting debate. Yeah, the idea of linking it up with shakuhachi, at first it seems completely outlandish. As it goes on, it makes more and more sense. Yeah. That whole ongoing debate about what is modern Japanese culture, where is Japan going, embodied in, what's the future of skateboarding and what's the future of shakuhachi. Well, traditional music, they like to organise competitions. And over here we have that with Scottish bagpipes. They love the competitions. It's very double-edged. Because they have competition, everybody works very hard learning the bagpipes, and young players want to be the best. And so it encourages the art. Yeah. But it also kind of kills it, because the competition is the only place they can play, and you have to obey all the rules, and the timing has to be perfect, otherwise you don't win. This is a strange thing that happens to traditional music after it loses its roots in the society, isn't it? Yeah. So you actually need a situation where musicians have more kind of role, have a place in society, where the music is more functional or something. But it's once they lost that, it's hard to get it back.
Actually, the ones of considered it seems that it becomes much more than just the music, and it then becomes such a centred thing. The idea of the music being just a part of a location, as we talked about before, so it takes into account the environment, etc. it's like it places the musician more directly in the environment than maybe other forms of music, which are focused on the music, which are focused on the song, which are focused on what the song has to say. So it's what skating is, isn't it? Ultimately, you're on the board alone, aren't you? No matter who else is around, you are there by yourself, and everything you do is down to you. You can try and copy other people, maybe people give you tips or whatever. But once you start moving, you have to be aware of the traffic, you have to be aware of all the obstacles if you're playing in a public place. And it's what makes it social interaction. I'm sure it can be really annoying sometimes to have skaters rushing past you or whatever. But it feels to me much more better like this.
I think we have to accept everything gets absorbed by consumerism.
Exactly. But I'm not championing that. I'm just saying, why do you see that as so much of a threat? I'm not championing that.
No, I don't think it's as a threat.
You said it should stay as it should
Yeah,
stay.
but
And you're playing some sort of
because I don't think we need the Olympics to make skateboarding big. Commonplace.
Yeah.
Not only like accepting the difference. Yeah, I know the difference already.
Yes.
But like, where is the commonplace? It's for people.
Yes.
So that's the same. Like I want to try to find in those different cultures.
Yeah.
Well, I really enjoyed the movie, and I think the thing that I took away from it the most was that there's so many different cultures that can get involved in skating. Like, no matter how traditional your culture may be, like, you can do it no matter what. Like, it doesn't matter if you're from Japan, you're from America, you're from somewhere in Europe. But if you have one thing that you do, then you can get along, and it doesn't matter like what part of skating you like the most, but you can still have interactions with people who skate differently, and I think that's probably what this film showed me the most out of anything.
I thought the movie took me back to the time of my childhood. As a teenager, I watched Dogtown and Z-Boys, and I think it's been growing up in a rock punk kind of environment. I think it takes me back to the authenticity of skateboarding, and I can understand the relation of the classical side of keeping everything authentic. And I would like to see skateboarding as much as like I would like to see opera and a lot of classical instruments remain the same. It can evolve, yes, it can evolve. I don't disagree with it evolving. I disagree with commercializing it too much, and I think it should remain in its truest form.
The movie showed much more importance to the underground scene than the mainstream scene, because I grew up in a really small town. We never had that much exposure to mainstream skateboarding, so I think the whole comparison of comparing the flute playing to skateboarding is a really good idea. I really liked how they want to keep the core elements to stay relevant.
No, I think it was interesting to watch it as a skateboarder myself, because I grew up in Southern California, where sort of the birth of skateboarding culture, and to sort of see how two things that are very different have the sort of same issues, sort of outside influences, and still sort of keeping everything fresh. Many conversations, what do you think about skateboarding in the Olympics? I think it's sort of a double-edged sword, because on one hand, you'll get more people interested in skateboarding, right, but you're just sort of wondering, it's because I got into skateboarding because of punk rock, and it's like it won't affect me at all. But I guess I'm an adult, so I'm wondering how it'll affect younger people, their sort of image of skateboarding. But I think no matter what, you'll still always have the sort of underground sort of counterculture element will still always be there in one way or another.